find the vise. I've already pre-made some. I use saltwater hooks for carp. I find that they don't break or bend as easily. Don't break this point or anything, and so you end up landing more fish when you fish for carp that way. It is a little more expensive, but I like it. But I've already gone ahead and put on some barbell eyes. I've reversed the hook here. I like to tie a hook up because of the way their mouth works. When they suck in, it actually ends up hooking in the fish a little easier, a little better. I'm going to do some green. I think this is 6/0 thread, olive 6/0 thread. I'm just going to go ahead and get a thread wrap down here. I like to tie basically right to the point of the hook. I don't know if you can see that. I just kind of keep it consistent through all of my flies. Lay down a thread base here. And then I like to take these are basically just off of one of those rugs you can buy at a supermarket, Target, Walmart, whatever. And then I just destroy it. I cut these little things off, and yeah, and then I'll attach 2 of these, one on either side. So I'll tie one close to me, and it makes the fly kind of bulky, but that's good for our next step. Secure that down, and then tie another one on the far side. I have no idea what this imitates. I don't know why carp eat it, but they do, and it works. I don't know if it's a crayfish or if it's just some sort of river junk or lake junk that they think it is edible. I like this fly because it sinks, it soaks up water, and it sinks really quickly. So if you're not fishing a sinking line and a floating line, this will help you get down to the bottom pretty quickly. Alright, there we go. Now I got a good thread base there. Take some crystal flash. This happens to be, I think, green and pearlescent green. Just kind of do a V on the thread, hold that down, and then I do a couple of wraps to hold it down on either side. Clip that off, and then I do it just one more time. Get some sparkle in there. I have no idea if carp like the sparkle, but I do know that this fly is very effective. Alright, so I'll give you kind of a side profile. It's starting to look kind of like a crayfish. That wasn't the original intent for this fly. It was actually just kind of get some wiggly stuff in the water, something that would sink kind of fast. And then I take, this happens to be an olive mix of Enrique Puglisi fibers. This is a really simple fly. You got a few materials. I tie this on facing the back, so basically this point is towards the eye of the hook. Just lash that down. Careful not to cut your thread. The wire in these dubbing brushes sometimes can cut your thread inadvertently. Let me go ahead and get some of this covered up in green. And you're gonna basically keep your thread right at the back of the eyes here. You're gonna do a couple of wraps. I like to wrap once and then kind of preen all of the fibers back. Do another couple of wraps here, and after every wrap I kind of preen all of the fibers back. Careful of that hook point. I don't know how many times I've stabbed myself with the hook point doing this. Gotta be careful of that. Tie that off right behind the eyes here. I use wire cutters to cut that. I don't like to ding up my nice scissors. Clean this up just a little bit. Try to lay that wire down so that it doesn't catch anything weird on this thread there. Cool. And then at this point you can either finish the fly, or a lot of times what I like to do is just throw in a little bit of dubbing to cover up that front, and I'm going to try and match it. This is some olive, just some olive flashy dubbing. It's a hairline, I think it's golden olive flash dubbing. Just do kind of a loose dubbing wrap towards the front there. Get this on. Do a couple of wraps behind. Wrap to crisscross the eyes there. Dubbing came off. There we go. And then just kind of finish up the front here. Do a whip finish. And then the most important part of this fly is actually the finishing step. So with carp, they have very good sense of smell. They're very, very good at smelling things, and so you don't want to use an alcohol-based head cement or anything like that. So I use Loon water-based cement. This is really key for carp because they can smell. It sounds weird, but they can smell your fly in the water. And so I'll just do a couple little drops on the, a little crazy there, on the end there, and then that's it. You can dress the fly up kind of any way you want. You can comb this thread out, or this dubbing brush with the dubbing that you laid down, kind of meld it all together if you want. You don't really have to. I mean, this is basically just a junkyard fly, but the carp love it. Just kind of preen all of these and comb them back. Yeah, pretty simple, very effective, kind of a river junk fly, if you will.